believe in Prophet Dawood, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he was given the Zabur, the Psalms.
Yes.
And I want to show you something in the Psalms, and I want to see if you accept or reject it, okay?
Okay.
So it says this. It says, I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax. My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue sticks to my jaws. You lay me in the dust of death. For dogs encompass me. A company of evildoers encircles me. They have pierced my hands and my feet. I can count all my bones. They stare and gloat over me. They divide my garments among them, and for my clothing, they cast lots. So who do you think that David is talking about, who is surrounded by his enemies, being rejected and ridiculed, mocked, stripped of his clothes, have his clothes gambled over, and has his hands and his feet pierced?
So I'm gonna give you two answers. Number one, many prophets of God's have been tortured, but number two, it sounds like Jesus.
All right, I like that.
Okay, but hold on. You know he quoted the Psalm. It's written 1,000 years before Jesus. So you're saying that David also believes, like we do, that Jesus was crucified?
I'm not a subject matter expert on that. I can't answer that question.
Well, that was his point. His point is, if you understand his argument, that Prophet David, by wahi, revelation from the Holy Spirit, foretold that the one to come would have his hands and feet pierced. And he wrote this 1,000 years before. So David is already telling us beforehand what will happen to Messiah, that he'd be pierced through his hands and feet. And Jesus comes and he's pierced on the cross, killed on the cross. That means David agrees with us and agrees with the New Testament.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Christians corrupted the Jewish Tanak like they did with the Holy Quran to suit their needs and to impose their Jesus and Trinity on the Jew. Jewish theologian, rabbi, and scholar says that Christian missionary corrupted the Jewish Tanakh by adding it and change to impose Jesus and Trinity on the Jew. And this is one of the verses that they corrupted just to impose Jesus and crucifixion on the Jew. Psalm chapter 22. The most important for them in the Christian Bible, it is verse 16. In the Jewish Bible, it is verse 17. Christian says that the verse says, they burst my hands and my feet. But the Jewish Bible says, like a lion, they are at my hands and my feet. If you read the verse in Hebrew, the verse in Hebrew says, Isafavoni kalvim hadas Miriam, ikivomen kariye yudai riglai. The most important in the verse here is the word kariye or kare. Kare means lion. Christian corrupted the word kari and they changed it to the word karu. Karu means burst. Kari and karu sound the same in Hebrew language, but they have different meaning. As I said, kari means lion. Karu means burst. So Christian corrupted the verse and they changed the word kari to the word karu, so it sounds like it's a prophecy about Jesus. So therefore, when you read the Jewish Tanakh, it says, exactly like a lion, they are at my hands and feet. But Christian changed kare to karu, so they translate it as they burst my hand and feet. Actually, Christian, if you read in Psalm chapter 22, verse 13, the same word kare was used and they translate it as lion correctly. So this is how they corrupt the verse to suit their needs.